With Election Day looming, affordable housing is a topic on the mind of many voters across the country, but it's also an issue that hits home for many in Toronto's Parkdale neighborhood. Tonight, residents there got a chance to hear from local candidates on what they're doing to make life easier for Canadians.
Many people, of course, they pay more than 50% of their income on rent. In some cases, it's 90% of their income on rent, and they resort to the food banks. They really have a hard time making it from paycheck to paycheck.
That is the reality for many living in Parkdale. According to the area's tenant association, the group was behind tonight's all-candidates debate, focusing on the issue of housing affordability.
I'm concerned about such skyrocketing rents and where are these people going to live?
Bring back rent control because, you know, what my mom have to face with Medcap and other people who have to deal with other landlords, it's not fair.
This is Parkdale. We won't back down.
Parkdale, one of the last affordable neighborhoods in Toronto, has been dealing with skyrocketing rents. But tenants here have fought back, mobilizing in the hundreds to withhold rent from landlords who've attempted to increase rates above the government guidelines. Despite some wins, many are worried about what's to come.
We have teenagers and, you know, we're looking at their future and what's in store for them.
There's certainly no hope in the foreseeable future of moving out of my parents' house in Toronto because Toronto housing prices are so crazy. Like rent, like it is not affordable to live, to like have a one-bedroom or a bachelor as a single person.
We've created what's called a rental construction financing initiative, which is available to provide construction incentives and tax credits to people for building rental housing only. We've expanded that by $10 billion. That's going to create 42,500 new rental units.
One by one, candidates had a chance to respond to the question of how they would tackle the issue of rising rents.
One way, so we need to put more money in your pocket. If you have more money, it's like more affordable, so we have more money to afford rent.
Some use their time as an opportunity to attack those in power.
When you really look at the fine print, so important to look at the fine print with this government. This government is proposing to spend less money in the next decade on housing that has been spent in the previous decade.
The truth is that funding has been cut in housing. Back in the 90s, it was the Chrétien government. It wasn't just housing, however. It was transit, it was transportation, it was healthcare, it was education. Our entire system, everything in public and in the public interest has reached a bottom.
The Greens, Conservative, NDP, and Liberals were all in attendance, and even the Communist Party's candidate was included in tonight's debate, positioning himself as an alternative to the New Democrats.
When they actually get down to the nitty-gritty, it's we will find the right mix of co-op housing, of social housing, maybe a little bit of incentives to corporations here, incentives to corporations there, and us in Toronto, we know what that looks like.
Justice and truth!
Ali Khan Pabani is a well-known face in this neighborhood for his part in helping organize the Parkdale rent strikes. But not on the speaker's list tonight, the Marxist-Leninist candidate who made an attempt to be added to the debate minutes before it began.
Out of respect for our organization, I think if you had wanted to participate, you might at any time in the last couple of weeks approached us.
With the decision made to exclude him, the focus shifted back to the issues of those in attendance. Many here hoping one of these candidates might offer a brighter future than what they fear is ahead for the city's most vulnerable.
If anyone loses an apartment, really, I think the next stop is the street. There's no way you'll get another one.